Alright, new update coming tomorrow for Black Clover Mobile. And with each new update, we got, whenever we get characters, or every week, we get some quality of life improvements as well. So that's pretty great. We're going to be looking over the two new characters, Vetto and Rhya. They both look pretty good, especially to me. I mean, I was waiting for him the most. But I don't know, Vetto is actually like a red defender. I think I'm going to have to pick him up because my red team is really weak. I only have red Yami and red Asta worked on in terms of red characters. So there's probably a really good pickup. So let's take a look at what they do. And first, the animations. This art is crazy for him. I really like it. Same for both of the characters. Like this, the card art. This is the art for the card. They look really, really good. Especially, he looks insane on this card. Okay, so let's take a look at the animations, and we'll discuss what they do. Are they looking to be a must summon or whatever? I'm stopping my own music here. Looks pretty good. And the ult. Looks to be a single target. Now, he looks pretty cool. I'm gonna warn you. So Rhya, whatever, his powers in the show is like to copy abilities, and he, spoiler, if you never watched Black Clover or read it, he copies like Yami, right? So he copies the spatial magic. And what they did was, sorry for the Korean voiceover, by the way. The attacks are literally red Yami's attacks. They, like, even the images are the exact same as red Yami. So his animations are, this is red Yami's S1, this is red Yami's S2. They don't do the exact same thing in terms of like the actual effect, but the animation is exactly the same. And sure, it fits the character, but it looks kind of lazy, doesn't it? And I was really excited for him because I think in terms of a character drop, he is the first one I'm actually like, ooh. Even though like Licht is a more important villain technically, I think that he's the coolest villain of the beginning of the manga. So regardless, what do they do? Are they good? So let's take a look at Vetto first. I actually have to translate with Google Translate because there's no like official translation. I don't even know if anyone's doing that overtime like we usually have with Grand Cross. So let's take a look. These are the actual info, and sorry if I take a while to just read, but you know, it's a lot of text. So his S1 applies level 1 damage increase debuff, or level 1 damage lower debuff on enemy for 2 turns, and he scales with 120 attack and 120 magic. I'm assuming that's a max level. S2, I think it's S2, yeah. If HP is less than 60%, attack after applying 50% vampiric effect. So it's basically a lifesteal from Grand Cross where you just heal based on the amount of damage you do. It's pretty nice actually. And for each subdue ally, apply 50% damage increase buff to self and then attack. So gives himself a 50% attack. Subdue ally. Does that mean to his side? It's like true? That's what that means. Hey, English is falling apart here. And then the S3, or this is the combine. No, yeah, this is the S3. Apply 70% vampiric effect. So again, the heal or the self heal. And if the enemy has attack lower debuff, attack after applying 35% vampiric effect. Okay, so it's a shit ton of lifesteal. And scales up to 220, 210. 210 is really high. It's really, I mean, but it is single target. So I guess it makes sense. Yeah. So his combined attacks, right? So he has a combined attack with Fauna. And his combined attack with Fauna increases damage proportional to the current HP. I'm assuming lower HP, the more damage it does. And attacks after applying buff effect of 50% damage. Interesting. I wonder what Fauna does in that on her side. I didn't check because I don't have Fauna. Most of me should just applies ignites. That's I think a safe assumption. And the regular one, he's just doing. Oh, actually no, he's not just doing the S1. When he does like a regular combined attack with someone, applies provoke to the enemy for a turn, and scales with 85%. And provoke, that's alright. There's better provoke. Like Mars has an AOE guarantee provoke. It's like so stupid. It's like with the Lotus combiner. So his unique passive grants 15% toughness buff effect for 1 turn when he gets Vampire. So which is lifesteal. And his awakening passive, which is when he gets max dupes, I believe. 14% damage reduction to boss type enemies. I think he's going to be a really good unit for the gear stage. So I'm trying to get like at least 1 copy of him for that. For my gear stage farming for the mono red stage. And whenever like mono red is actually relevant for a harder difficulty activity. The last raid we have was mono green and mono blue. Technically, because the enemy was first blue then red. Alright, his like card, right? The regular passive, so the passive that just works for everybody is acquire 140% a barrier equivalent to 140% of attack for 2 turns upon recovery. Huh. I wonder how that'll work in game. A lot of the times, when you read the attacks like this, it's like upon recovery, so that means like every time he gets healed. So that's every time he applies lifesteal, but it doesn't work like that in game. Like Blue Yami's ability is it has a 20% at like the minimum, right? Also 140 by the way is at most, so it might be like 1 turn at level 1 and maybe like 80%. Blue Yami has like a 20% chance to recover a skill point when attacking, but I've seen him recover 5 skill points in 1 attack, so it's like the attacks doesn't really correlate exactly with how that really works. So the regular skill, so this is an extra ability to his second skill. If HP is less than 60%, applies 50% Vampiric effect before attacking. This is what the skill regularly does already. Attack after applying 20% damage increase buff to self for each subdue ally, and 60% chance of inflicting increased duration of debuff for 1 turn to the enemy. Okay. And that card is pretty good. That barrier thing, we have to see in game how it works better, but... Alright, Rhya. Don't care. What does he do exactly? I have an idea of what he does, because his translations were more accurate. Or his leaks, sorry, were more accurate. But... Oof. S1, you saw the skill is AoE because it's the same as Red Yami. Additional attack of 30% attack and magic if you have any buff, and he scales with up to 62% attack and magic. I wonder if he's more of a magic guy than attack guy, because Red Yami is more of an attack guy. S2 copies 2 enemy buffs, and then he also does up to 137 attack and 137 magic attack. Only 2 turn cooldown. For the other one was 3 turn cooldown for his S2. So he just copies 2 buffs from the enemy, and that's about it. Like that's the whole effect. And then the S3. If you have 2 or more buffs, additional attack grants additional attack as damage of 70% of attack power and magic power. Also 15% for each, or I guess 15% extra damage for each buff effect granted to you. And he scales up to 230 magic and 230 attack. So it just increases damage based on buffs, essentially. Now his combo attack with Licht, that's the one that's like crazy. And this is the reason why I really want Rhya. So, inflicts damage on all enemies, this is the attacks on top. Copies 1 buffs from the partner, and if you see Licht, he has like a crit chance buffs, so that's really good. Attacks after applying level 2 strengthening effect to both self and partner, so just increases all attack power. And it only scales up to 60%, but it's gonna hit super hard. I wonder what is Lict's again? Let me see. So I checked, and Lict in the official page doesn't actually show, but in game it says that he applies a damage penetration buff to himself and partner. So he's gonna have a damage penetration buff on top of copying the crit chance or whatever he ends up copying, and they're both gonna do like a big AOE hit. So it's gonna probably do like a shit ton of damage. I am really excited to use them as a like a true combo in PvP. So what does the... Oh, I forgot to check the passive and stuff. So I'm most excited for him, although I think they're both going to be good for what they do. So unique passive, recover 15% of max HP when a buff effect on you ends. That's pretty good. Only works one time per turn. So you know, if you have a shit ton of buffs ending in one turn, you're not going to recover like full HP or something. It's only a max of one time per turn. And when he's max duped, increases attack power by 5% when there's a buff on yourself, up to 3 stacks. Pretty good. What does the card do? I wonder if the S2 is going to copy buffs and then do something. So, yeah, exactly. Let's look first at what it does to, like, in general. So in general, the card does... At the start of turn, if you have 3 or more buffs applied to you, you get a 60% accuracy increase. Huh. Accuracy is a weird stat, but that's probably very good, because when you block, you do reduce damage a little bit. It's definitely not as good of a buff as something like Lict's card, or even Fana's card is insane. But I don't know, because Fana's card increases just like magic and increases just like magic and attack, or just any attack related stats by like 10%. It's just at like the lowest level. It goes up to like 20 or something, or 18, I don't know. Crazy card. Like his card is alright. Where was I? Damn it, I'm lost. I'm lost. I have so many tabs open. Alright. And then the effect that it gives to him specifically is on his S2, not only he copies the enemy's buffs, but he also removes the buffs from the enemy. That's kind of crazy. He just steals them. He's yoink. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, this card is good. This card's good for him specific. I don't think it's a generally good card. I don't know. Accuracy buff. You have to have 3 buffs in the first place for the thing to even work. It's very specific to him. But you know, as like I said, Fana's card, it's good for her specifically as well, but it's generally good for any character you want to use it on. So I have to see. So I have my video on another tab, because let's talk about the quality of life updates coming up. So other than new characters, we have new additions to the coin shop. This was a thing I was complaining about in my video where I was talking about is Black Clover better than Grey Cross. This is a clickbait title, but one of the worst things that I think coming from the developers of Grand Cross, right, which had an amazing coin shop at launch, the coin shop in Black Clover kind of sucks. But they're adding with this update, 2 times a day, you can buy 200 stamina for 3 SR coins. And SR coins are the most useless coins right now, so this is good. But even better, 1 time per week, you can buy 10 summoning tickets for 24 SR coins. 24 is a pretty hefty price, but for a coin that's not being used at all, really great. I think right now, you know, we're in a rush, like just farm. So, you know, every day buying the 200 stamina, 400, right? You can buy twice a day. For 3 SR coins each is like a must. But eventually it's not going to be so much, and then every week this is going to be the thing. Like 4 free multis per week from SR coins. It's better to have no SR coins because you're constantly using them than to have a shit ton of SR. I have more SR coins than R coins in this video in particular here. It's better to have no SR coins because you're constantly using it on good stuff than to have like a 1,000 SR coins that are completely useless. You get what I mean? Great update. They're adding a new pack to the shop. I mean, I really, as someone that's a paid player, I like packs. I think it's a 4 stamina, like thingies of 100 and then 50 more stamina. I actually should translate this for 9,900 won. Oh no, it's 4 action boxes, those are the stamina boxes, and 50 crystals, not 50 stamina. Okay, that's all right. It's not really that good for about €8. That's all right. They had like a better one right now in the game for the dice event. When you complete a chapter now, it will give you 1,200 black crystals out of 300, so that's a full multi. Improve guild battle reward. Instead of getting UR gear, we're getting LR gear. The gear that you're getting from the guild battle kind of sucks anyway, so I don't really care, but it's nice. Balance adjustment. Okay. Increases enhancement stone powder obtained when dismantling equipment. Yes, bro. You get no powder. You break 500 pieces of SSR gear, and you can do like 5 stones to upgrade gear. It sucks. I wonder how much more. How much more? We're gonna have to test. I'm gonna take like a screenshot before and after the update. Balancing some general challenge modes. City and Ice Cave monster attack and magic are lowered step by step with their HP increased step by step. Okay. What's City and Ice Cave again? I'm gonna check in game. There's like particularly the. So, okay, yeah, I was gonna say the stage where you can farm the gear upgrade materials is so hard. They hit you unbelievably hard. So they're lowering their damage and increasing their HP. I like it. I'll take it. Good update. Good update. They hit you unbelievably hard. It's insane. Increase equipment has stone acquisition amount. So yeah, when you actually do the city thing where you actually get the thing, you get more. Nice. I don't think you got enough, so that's good. Limited time enhanced stone. So like the one that you can only do 3 times a day. One as well, you get more. That's good. Maximum amount of action power. You can. I didn't even know you could have a like almost 10,000 stamina. Who's gonna have 10,000 stamina? You can only do, unless I'm doing something wrong, you can only do 50 runs of a stage at a time with the auto repeater. There's no reason to have more than 700 stamina. But sure, you can now have 10,000 stamina if you want. Fix an issue where unique passive was not maintained. I'm not gonna read these, like bug fixes. That's, you know, I'm more interested in like quality of life updates. If it was a bug, actually there is one bug. Okay, the one bug that needed to be fixed, it was already fixed, where you didn't get any reputation for the town. Or more. But this is for the 29. So this is not for tomorrow anymore. But this is bug fix is coming for the 29. Next Thursday, okay. So I guess it's more bug fixes. I mean, if they say, okay, we can't do the bug fixes now, but they're coming in the future, don't worry. That's better than not addressing them at all. I don't really see any of these bugs in the game. I'm trying to read them like really quickly. I don't really, so I don't know. Alright, 2 new characters and some nice quality of life. If they keep up making new quality of life every single week, great. You know, the game is at launch. If global launches already with these quality of life updates, which I assume it will, it's gonna be a banger. Absolute banger.